In the year 2025, fashion as we know it is ever growing. It's probably the biggest it's ever been, and we see all different type of ages of people into clothing, and thus a lot of emerging brands coming forth. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 7 of the ones that have caught my eye. Some of my favorites right now, some that I think are very exciting, very much fitting my taste, so it's just my personal list. My name is Alex Kaluna, and real happy to share and talk about some of these brands. Okay, so the first brand that I want to talk about is one that I came across myself organically, just walking into a select shop in Japan. And this is going to be the brand Khoki, Khoki. So Khoki is a Japanese brand that was established in 2019, and something that's real interesting about this brand is the designers that are part of the team. It's actually a whole anonymous team. They just all have had experience within the luxury design space. We see that this concept is a big ethos with the brand. The idea that fashion should be about, creative expression and not the different celebrities or personalities attached, and focus solely on the clothes. The design language of the brand is pretty much focused on a lot of purposeful design, whether it be proportions, the type of silhouette, some things that are pretty unique with the textures that they use in their clothes. It might be things such as quilts, structured cottons, heavyweight materials, etc. And it really is a nice blend of just multicultural influences and just traditional Japanese craftsmanship that we know them to love them for. The piece that first caught my eye when I first saw it in the store was going to be these pair of pants right here. They kind of look like very typical like carpenter pants, just like a black pair with a nice like vintage fade wash. But upon closer inspection, what I really liked was the striping detail that's going down. And then where you typically find like the double knee section of the pants is kind of where they had the fade to. At a distance, it definitely just looks like a subtle pair of black pants, but upon closer inspection, you definitely get to see all these details. Other pieces that I like from the brand, very much focused on like designs that kind of remind me of old like Ralph Lauren polo. I like the all over prints, the color. One thing to note too is they also have their own website called where they sell original products. They also have like archival products and things that personally gave them inspiration, even like beyond furniture. So yeah, this is a brand that's doing wonderful things right now. All right, y'all. Second brand that's caught my eye and is one of my favorites right now, it's gonna be the brand called Esoteric Thing. This is a brand from Shanghai, and I feel like it's been quietly building a cult following. The energy of the brand is very much channeling a very Chinese avant-garde energy with designs that show roots into streetwear. The brand Esoteric Thing is very much a product of the environment in Shanghai. They're not trying to be your typical Chinese fashion that I feel like we come to expect and just what we see on TikTok. It's also channeling energy that probably could only come from that city. One thing I really like is their approach to garment construction. It's honestly what caught my eye originally. Like I said, they do have a lot of roots into streetwear, but I think with new age brands, they've been adding a lot of things, whether it be like slight distressings, fade, different color blocking, textiles, stones, different type of layering, twist within the clothing. I think the brand does a really good job of creating clothes. It's not typical of what you expect from Asian fashion or Chinese fashion. Some of my favorite pieces from this brand would be like this hoodie right here. It's gonna be the totem pole hoodie. I just really like the knitwear, how it's something all around. The colors that they use are very bright and vibrant, which I find very fun. Another piece that I really like from the brand is we got like these cardigans right here with the skeleton bones going on. This is something we've seen in other brands such as Capital, but upon clothing inspection, they're using sequins and stones. Find this detail in the pants too. Their closure is hard. As someone that's been a fan of like Supreme, Stussy, really grew up on streetwear, their clothing takes me back, but almost like a new evolve, new age. It's a direction I really like to see. It's very intentional, student of the game. So yeah, hoping to own a piece from them. All right, y'all, brand number 3 that's been one of my favorites right now, and this has been a brand that's actually been around for a long time. I've noticed recently that it's been gaining a lot more notoriety and a lot more sought after, and it's gonna be the brand Phenomenon. This is an absolutely legendary Japanese brand. It's been pushing boundaries since the early 2000s. And honestly deserves a lot more recognition than it gets. When we think of classic Japanese streetwear, we're thinking of Bape, we're thinking of Undercover. This was also a brand during that time that was making waves. This brand was launched in 2004 by Takeshi. The brand emerged from Japan's underground streetwear and club culture scene. The aesthetic is really just a fusion of what makes Japanese streetwear great, whether it be the craftsmanship, the bold graphics, and the fusion of punk aesthetics. Just also the mix of textures and silhouettes. allow for a lot of pieces to be statement pieces. Unfortunately, the creator has passed away. The brand has a new collection that carefully focuses on the archive collection left before his death, but it's honestly really the archive of the brand that I really want to focus on. So when I was out in Japan, it was this shirt right here, something like a phenomenon. I was seeing it a lot within the sections of Harajuku. Just looking at a lot of the pieces definitely showed me the light of the brand. It's not something I've been typically aware of, but some of the pieces I like. I mean, that I really want from this brand right now is actually gonna be these pair of denim pants right here. It's just your typical pair of like blue denims, but we actually see it has like almost like a scarf kafie attached around the back. Super hard. I just love the way that drapes. I feel like it's pretty ahead of its time because nowadays we definitely do see the skirts or the kilt styling, so this is like just another way to do it. So these are something I want to hunt. This piece right here is probably like a grail. The mixture textures, the patchworking, super well done. All right, y'all, the fourth brand that I want to talk about, and if you're a fan of the channel, you know I rave about this brand. I talk about it so much. I got it on right now. It's gonna be JiyongKim. Probably my favorite brand right now. This South Korean label is known for the way it gets its unique color within its garments through its sun fading and sun bleaching techniques. As you can see on the jacket right here. Yup. The brand's signature sun bleaching process, which uses natural elements to create unique patterns and textures, is a central element of the aesthetic of the whole brand. It's a brand with its seasonal looks are quite literally affected by the weather because of the process of sun fading and weathering patterns. So the colors achieved during the spring summer could look a lot more different than autumn winter. It really depends on the weather. And that also plays back into the brand's focus on sustainability. Clothes in the brand are shaped by the sun and feel very elemental, and I also feel that JiyongKim's personal design language is what makes his brand so great. So yeah, I talk about this brand a lot, so I don't want to do too much because my favorite part is definitely the sun bleaching. Allows me to wear colors that, you know, I feel like I've never seen before, and I think that's also part of the flex. Like, you're wearing stuff quite literally made by the sun. What I do actually want to focus on in this video is more so the shapes and draping techniques that he's really into. Not only is he providing really unique colors, also crafting pieces that got really unique mechanisms or just linings, shapes. I own these pants in the black colorway, so just to kind of show that technique off again. As an apron, I took off the strap. Oh, open it this way, and then as you can see as we're going down, is able to mimic what the other side is doing right here. So yeah, super sick stuff. I love this brand. Eventually I'm gonna do a collection video on my channel. There's so much to talk about this brand, but all I gotta say is shout out JiyongKim. It's the type of brand that makes me really love this fashion shit. So yeah. The next brand that I want to talk about, it's not going to be a typical clothing brand. It's going to be a creative playground for the ideas from the creator of this brand. And I'm here to talk about Japanese label Geek Out Store. Geek Out Store was founded by Tokyo-based collector and designer Naoki Wada, better known as Choco-san. He originally began as just like a vintage archive project, and it turned into a whole hybrid space. He was originally collecting a lot of CP companies, Stone Islands, and just like different ideas from Massimo Osti. From there, he's able to branch out and create his own garment. And one thing that's really renowned for is its heat reactive clothing. Here are some of his pieces that I have myself. This is one of the bandanas. Changes color as you breathe into it. All heat reactive, sensitive to the sun. And his clothes aren't really mass produced like that. They're usually handmade in small batches. I've actually personally had the luxury of meeting bro. I went to a pop-up and then I was in Japan, I got to chop it up. He's a really respectful and nice dude. He even kind of told me that he had more plans to work with Supreme. And I picked up this piece right here. It's gonna be like a mesh see-through anorak. The design of this jacket is achieved through like what he did with his own experimentations with camo. Unfortunately, this one's not heat reactive, but I just thought the overall pattern of this was very unique. I mean, just like the slight hints of camo. We also see polka dot, almost blocky nature of it, and at the same time it's mesh. So this is something that you could throw over a hoodie. A lot of his clones is intentionally made for like layering and just going all over. I mean, just having clothes that heat reactive is hard, you know, like my shit changing with the sun. All right, y'all, the next brand I want to talk about, definitely one of my favorites, just off their graphics alone and the typography and use of text. It's gonna be the brand b.Eautiful, b.Eautiful. It's a Los Angeles-based clothing brand founded in 2018, and the brand aims to really counter like the oversimplification of Japanese culture and Western fashion. and highlight more underappreciated Japanese artists, designers, musicians, etc. Their mission is to showcase the depth and diversity of Japanese culture beyond common stereotypes like sushi and anime, and get a little more deeper with it. The brand really does highlight a lot of upcoming artists and just things that most people may not be in the know about regarding Japanese culture. I'd say a lot of their designs are easily just conversation starter pieces. They have a lot of niche or referential designs within their clothing. The unique layout and the placement of the text is something to really admire. I feel like if you're someone that appreciates the design language of a brand such as Little Tokyo Table Tennis and just kind of like that Harajuku-esque fashion, there's a lot of lines that are being crossed here. Some of my favorite designs will probably be things like this t-shirt right here that has like this vaporwave design. We got Pocari Sweat. I mean, this beanie right here with the sunny angel has just been plastered over. I mean, overall, like a lot of the t-shirts just look really fun and not something that you see every day. With all that said, those are gonna be brands that are just on my radar right now. They honestly keep me pretty inspired, whether it just be with my own personal style. They just give me something cool to look at, so I'd say keep these on your radar. Let me know in the comments what are some of your favorite brands right now, because to be honest, I'm not as tapped in as I used to be. It actually took me a little while to kind of brainstorm it, so let me know in the comments. Let me know if which one of your favorites are in the video. Like, subscribe, comment, do all of that. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. More videos soon. See ya.